I got this. We will all attest to the fact that sports development in this country is lacking. And so it's very, very important to take the basics of sports very, very seriously. For us, we think bodybuilding and weight training is the pivot around which you can develop or achieve excellence in any sport. And so it's very, very vital. It's very, very important that we take the sport of bodybuilding and weight training very, very serious. Ghana has been lacking in sports. I mean, if you look around, we're getting ready for the Olympics, which is the biggest sporting event in the world. And Ghana is not represented at all. It's a real shame that it's come to this. And that is why I feel it's very, very important that we get our fundamentals right, which is undertaking weight training, taking weight training seriously, and also being able to achieve sporting excellence and being able to represent in international sport. I mean, if you look around, you see a lot of our youth go wayward. Not everybody has got the intellect or the God-given wisdom to achieve educational success. And so therefore, it's very, very important that we create an avenue for which people can undertake sport so they can also excel in something that they've been given duly by divine rights. It's very, very important, sports. And it's a shame that our authorities have overlooked sports for a very long time. And I think the initiation of this NABA Ghana, the rebirth of the Mr. Ghana bodybuilding event will be a milestone for a future development of sports in this country. I'll just run you quickly through a little bit of history of NABA, NABA International, and so you guys will really understand what we represent here. NABA, which is the National Amateur Bodybuilding Association, is the first bodybuilding organization or institution ever to be birthed in the world. And the great Arnold Schwarzenegger won the NABA five times in a row on the trot before he bounced off to the IFBB. NABA has got a great history, great tradition. It's got a following all over the world. I had the honor of meeting a few of the NABA executives, the first interim NABA executives, which was then chaired by the great Ivan Dumba, an Irish genius who really took bodybuilding as an interest and as a hobby, and also helped promote bodybuilding before the waders even took over with the IFBB. At this present moment in time, NABA is headquartered in the United Kingdom, Brelly Hill to be precise, in the United Kingdom, somewhere in the where is it? The mid Birmingham area, in the Midlands, yeah. In the Midlands, in the United Kingdom, and that's where the headquarters is in Brelly Hill. It's currently being chaired by Jim and Val Charles. They are actually overseeing. I had a very good relationship with them in the 90s because we got affiliated with them in 1994 before I left to the UK. So Val, myself and Val, we go a long way. We have a very good personal relationship. I told Val about my initiative of undertaking the NABA project once more, and they gave me their blessing. And so we're looking to promote NABA as a body and also as a bodybuilding fraternity in Ghana, and also to promote bodybuilding the proper way, the right way. As athletes, as you can tell, the athletes are desperate for bodybuilding events. They are desperate for achieving success in the sport of bodybuilding. And we believe that it's very, very important that with a little expertise that we've been able to acquire from the United Kingdom, we can impact these athletes in the right way so they can go out and bring international honors to our beloved Ghana. Once again, I want to thank you all for coming. And I think that it's very, very important that whatever we say here is taken seriously. And whatever we say here is heard all across the board. So authorities in particular will gradually or eventually get to understand, because we're going to promote this sport in a very good way, in a very positive way. And it's very, very important for them to hear us out and also for them to understand that to be able to do sports, you've got to develop your musculature. Your muscles have got to be developed in the right areas, in the proper way. I don't know if you guys know Aziz Zakari. He always does well. He runs to the semifinals and then somehow he pulls a muscle. Somehow he pulls a muscle and he's not able to run in the final. You know, these goes to show our ignorance in the development of sports. Sports science has come a long way, and it's very, very important that we understand that if you're taking sports, you need a certain level of knowledge. You've got to be able to train your muscles. You've got to have regular massages. You've got to have regular stretches. You've got to eat right. You've got to actually train your whole body as though it's a shrine. You become a shrine. Sports people are not like any ordinary human beings. They are more than average human beings. So it's very, very important that when we take sports, we understand what we've gotten ourselves into and that we pursue it the right way. This is what myself and Mark sat down, we discussed it thoroughly in the United Kingdom, and we decided that we'll come to Ghana and bring all of our expertise. First, I didn't introduce Mike properly. I'm gonna. Sorry, Post. I've got to take this opportunity to introduce Mike properly, Mark properly. Myself and Mark, we competed on the NABA stage and the IFBB stage in 2003. We did the British Championships together. Mark placed ahead of me, didn't you? Yeah, he placed ahead of me, and I started looking up to him because Mark was around. He's been around for donkeys now. He's done several of these bodybuilding shows in the UK, and he actually went on to win the World Championships in Mumbai, far away, India. Yeah, he won the World Championships in 2005. He won the Asian Pacific in 2006, and he's come a long way. So his expertise and his knowledge in the sport of bodybuilding is beyond doubt, and I believe that what he's got to offer us, as in terms of advice, training methods, nutritional supplementation, what have you, everything that comes with developing your musculature and also pursuing the sport of bodybuilding. I believe that this man has got all the attributes and all the knowledge to impact our bodybuilders. So we discussed that we will come and impact Ghana, impact the sport of bodybuilding, and also pursue our authorities for them to understand that bodybuilding is very, very important, and so they must take bodybuilding serious so our athletes will get to understand the true dynamics of the sport they are undertaking. And so then there will be influx of gyms across board. There will be influx of what do you call it? Masseuse parlors, chiropractices, nutritional directives, everything that comes to doing sports, everything that comes to achieving sporting excellence. So we are here. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're supporting and partnering with us in this promotion. And hopefully, that Mr. Ghana won't be the end. You know, Mr. Ghana won't be the end. Hopefully, next year we'll launch a sports awareness campaign where we'll urge everyone to get involved with sports in Ghana. I really appreciate you all coming, and I hope this won't be the last. This won't be the last. You'll see many more of us, and hopefully we'll be able to promote the sport of bodybuilding together. Thank you very much for coming.
These gorgeous hunks you see out here are very representative of what you should expect when it comes to Mr. Ghana proper. What we're going to do is that we're just going to go through the routine comparison. All right. Gentlemen, are you ready? Now you can see what this gorgeous hands have got to give. Like our president just said, this is just a team. But, gentlemen, are you ready? Let's do this together. Front double biceps. Woo. Right. Check this out. Right, gentlemen. Let the press see your side chest. Yeah, enjoy it. Lovely. Lovely. Your triceps. You're ready to the press. Let's go, guys. Lovely. Put your hands together for a minute, gentlemen. Thank you. All right. Thank you. You can face the press now. How's it, ties, gentlemen? Whoa. Whoa. Come on, Michael. Yes. Check this out. Lovely, lovely. Check this out. This is even off-season body. Yes. All right. So it tells you that when you have the competitive edge, all you're going to see is muscle, no fat. All right, relax, gentlemen. So, all right. Thank you. Thank you, Assassin. Thank you, Assassin. Thank you, Michael. You're good. Good. Right, right. Good. Wow. Good. You're good. You're good. That's beautiful. Wow. Beautiful, man. Assassin, your foe. Hey. Mr. Africa.